Hey kids, welcome in. It's a little windy, a little damp out, but hey, we're still here. We still got power. So let's have a head check. Who are the locals around here? Shelby, I know what's going on with you, man. How's everybody else getting along tonight? Yeah, yeah, no kidding, Mad Yankee. I'm one of them. Yes, yes, I know. Wife unit had to hold my hand and show me how to do my own damn live stream. Shame on me. I would give myself pee smacks, but YouTube and all, and nobody wants to see that.
Well,
Well, you're you're exempt, okay? Oh man, this is a really bizarre feeling right now because it is hot and muggy as hell out here in the garage, and the wind's blowing like hell, and it's raining outside. Something just don't add up in this conversation here. But like I was telling everybody over on Shade Tree's live stream a minute ago, apparently while we were in the house making dinner and everything, we had a branch break out of our next door neighbor's tree. It jumped the fence and it landed out back of the garage here, and apparently it missed my venture by about yay much where it's parked out behind the back door. Hey, LT Jackboot, how you doing, man? Old Ring the Viking, what's happening, brother? Nubby, how you, man? Serenity, good evening, ma'am. So really, we've had a lot of wind gusts and rain, really more wind than rain. We haven't had a whole hell of a lot of rain. It's just whenever it's moving at 70 miles an hour and it's going sideways, it seems like a lot, but on a normal day, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Hey, Hillbilly, how are you, man? Squids on squids. Welcome in, sir. Jonathan Udnire, how are you? Mr. McBee? Loose Juice, what's up? Wow, everybody just showed up all at once. It's like we planned this or something, but we're way less disorganized than that. I mean, well, I ain't gonna lie here, okay? I mean, me and Shade Tree had a conversation earlier tonight, and we were trying to kind of figure out what and how and who and where and all that, so that way we didn't end up overlapping each other like we did, a couple of weeks ago, because that was just, that 9 mils. What's happening, brother? So let's let's go down the list here, okay? Just common sense. Don't go out and shoot a gun into the hurricane. It's not going to stop it. I mean, it's a nice thought, but it ain't going to happen. Right now, probably not the best time to be out on the water on a boat. But the rest of it, y'all are on your own. Because as far as I know and I'm concerned, y'all are all consenting adults, and you can do whatever in the hell you want. Because I damn sure did, and I will continue to do so. Oh man, pizza. Bro, by the time you get back to the house, your pizza's going to be soggy, okay? I mean, you might as well give up on that dream right now. Joey Stromboli, what's happening, Cap? Yeah, that wind is picking up. We're getting another band moving through here. Here in a little bit, it's probably going to be a little bit loud, so I'm going to probably have to drop the garage door down, and then you're really going to see a fat boy getting warm. So far, we haven't lost power. It flickered a little bit here and there. I got a section of my fence in the backyard that faces the back alley that one of the rails broke out of it from the wind pushed against it, and it kind of half-ass pushed it over into the back alley. So I'm going to have to deal with that. But so far, it's not terrible. I mean, this isn't anything worse than what we saw during Irma, and nowhere near to the level of crap that we had to put up with Hurricane Ian, where it jacked up my roof, and then it took us a year to get the insurance company to fix it. Sorry, guys, I'm reading. I can't. I can't do that whole lizard thing where I've got one eyeball looking here and one eyeball looking over there and doing different things at the same time because I'm not that coordinated. But not to mention, man, you talk about getting somebody dizzy with the quickness. That would damn sure do it. Evening, Captain. Welcome aboard. Oh, Brother Buck, how are you, my man? You laid up and parked somewhere tonight, or are you still out driving? I hope you're not driving whenever you're typing on YouTube. Shame on you. Bad example, my man. Tommy Litchfield, I cannot do the lizard, and I would not do the lizard even if I could, because that's when people look at you like you're from Alabama. Oh, wait a minute. No, I can't say that because some of these folks that are on here are from Alabama. Sorry, cheeseburger.
So they want to know what time with this storm they're going to grab the flag and do the whole Florida Man thing with the heavy metal music in the background.
Uh, well, I do not have what is deemed to be an all-weather flag. All of my flags that represent our great nation have a specific purpose and placement, and they don't get flown in foul weather. That being said,
your shirt, on the other hand,
my shirt, yeah. Now, one small problem with that plan. I'm all for it. Don't get me wrong. The only hangup is the camera's stuck up here to the top of the laptop. So, unless beloved wife unit here wants to be my cameraman, which I'm not going to ask her to shame herself or bring any more shame on our family than what I already have in years past. I don't think we're going to be able to pull that one off tonight. Oh, okay. So Nathan said he still got power over there in Clearwater, but they just popped a transformer up the road. We've we've had that happen a few times. Our electric grid around here in my neighborhood, it's all fairly new because all that stuff got replaced after Irma because Irma knocked the shit out of it. We didn't have power for what was it?
10 days.
Was it 10 days? I thought it was 8.
10 days.
Okay, but anyway, so yeah, most of our electric grid in our area surrounding us is fairly new and up to date. But last year when Ian came through, I just happened to get the brilliant idea that I was going to take the trash out before the storm got real bad. And, my dumpster's out back of the house here, out in the back alley. And right whenever I dropped the trash in the dumpster, I wasn't thinking about it, obviously. I'd walked right underneath the pole where the transformer that goes to our house is. And what did that son bitch do? Boom! And I ain't gonna lie, yours truly squealed like a little bitch. I probably jumped about 3 foot up in the air, and then I probably went into the house with my eyeballs that big around on the verge of falling in my skull. And I went and I cleaned my shorts out because that shit was loud, man. Oh, damn, bro. Ship stuck in Virginia? Hey, Pitbull, what's happening? Julie, I have to agree with you. Okay, my wife unit is the best, and yes, I know that I'm biased, but the thing is,
not your sister.
I can get away with that because she is my wife unit. All right, so it's allowed.
Not your sister.
She's not my sister. I swear to God, she's not. But
thank you, Tommy.
Yeah, thanks, Tommy. I'm not sure what I'm saying thanks for, but we'll roll with it.
Confirming I was not your sister.
Okay, no, I can absolutely guarantee you, she's not my sister. All right, and even if we were Alabamanites, which we're not, but I wouldn't do things I've done with that lady over there with my sister because that'd be morally wrong. But yep, Buck, you got it. You got it right there. My brother Shade Tree, thank you, sir. I appreciate that, dude. Bike parts ain't cheap these days, y'all. So if you see me up on the pole or out on that street corner, y'all just mind your own damn business, okay? You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Aussie Vantage Rider from Melbourne. Hey, brother. Halfway around the world, man. I appreciate you tuning in, dude. Let's see here. Jason. Okay. All right. We're getting the pissing match going in the comments here. But still, man, I appreciate you, brother. I really do. That means a lot. I seriously, I got no words for you. I just thank you. Really, that means a lot. Yeah, rafting. I got that. Well, the thing is,
No, it was sunshine, no rain at 11 a.m. today, and still flooding in downtown.
Yeah, it was, and that's some weird shit. Brody. Sorry, Brody the wondermutt's trying to exit stage left.
He's doing his windsock duties.
Well, a lot of y'all have seen my dog Brody. He's a basset. He looks like he's done. That's because he is. And well, let's put it this way: if brains were dynamite, that dog couldn't knock the fuzz off a damn peach. Okay. The thing is, I can't let him out because he's too stupid to come whenever you call him. And if he gets out the back door, then I got to go chase his ass down. And you wouldn't think that he could run all that fast with little stubby ass legs that ain't but about that long. You would be wrong, okay? Because whenever he sets his mind to it, he becomes a 40-pound retard missile. Chris W., I appreciate that for the Nicorette fund. I do. Bad habit, I know. One of these days, brother, it'll happen. It will. Besides, I got a grandkid now that I've got to shape and mold and twist and
weird,
alter into a tiny, smaller, shorter, chunkier version of myself. Brother Jerry, how are you, man? Hey, dude, I appreciate that. And besides, if it comes down to it, what we'll do is we'll use that for putting in a fridge in here. That way, whenever you do make it down here, I can reach in there and hand you a cold one right there, Johnny on spot. How about that? No, he doesn't look like Fred. He's not tricolor. Hang on. Let me see if I can show him to you. Hang on, guys. If you're prone to motion sickness, just look at your feet or something. Brody.
Sit.
Hey, dummy. Everybody? Brody? Everybody. Told you he's not the most intelligent damn thing in the world. Anyways. Yeah, Flash, I said what I said, okay? He thinks he's a lap dog, and he is the biggest candy ass that I have ever seen. Our first basset, I thought he was kind of a wimp. Nothing like this one, okay? I mean, this one right here, a couple of years ago, we had a Walmart sack that blew into the backyard, and I guess it blew just right where it tripped the motion light that I've got off the back of the house that aims out across the backyard. And that one lost his shit. I mean, you would have thought Bigfoot stepped into the damn backyard the way he was freaking the fuck out. Yeah, sick. He's a good dog. I can't fault him for that. He just ain't the brightest dog. There's a difference there. Oh, man. So right now we got a little bit of a lull in the storm here. I'm going to pop the door up and see if I can show you guys what's going on in our neck of the woods. Let me see here. Yeah, well, it's kind of dark. You can see the tree limbs at Misadventure out there, but if you look off in the distance up above the garage, our scientifically calibrated Dr. Seuss weather trees, they're not whipping around near as much as what they were earlier. So, we're in a little bit of a lull right now. Go back. Hang on, I got to fix my life here because, yeah. All right, sorry about that.
The Mad Yankee is asking if it's like Sheriff Brody.
No, it's not Sheriff Brody. It's more like Village Idiot Brody. When he was a pup, we bought Brody whenever he was 8 weeks old, and when we brought him home, when he was a pup, yeah, he slept in the bed with me and the wife unit, and
2 nights.
Well, it was more than 2 nights. It was about 2 months. But anyway, as we fed him and he grew in volume, that's when he decided that he wanted to occupy more volume in the bed. And I got tired of getting my nuts and my face stepped on by these big ass hooves he's got, even when he was just 3 months old. And I damn sure ain't going to put up with it now. Nubby, I may be biased on my whole opinion of the venture, but honestly, If Yamaha would have put a little bit more budget into marketing those bikes back in the day, I think the landscape between the Goldwing and the Venture would have skewed heavily compared to what it did. The uh, the Venture, everybody thinks that the Venture is a VMAX with saddlebags. That's not the case. The Venture is actually the VMAX's daddy. The VMAX is the end result of a couple of guys at the Skunk Works at Yamaha being turned loose with a somewhat minimal budget and somebody told them, here, build us a hot rod, but don't spend any money on the damn thing. So what they did, they went to a power plant that was already available and already proven, and then they stripped the shit out of it to get weight off of it and get some more horsepower out of it, and they come up with this awesome thing called V-Boost, and that's really what pumped the numbers up. No, Yankee. His name is Brody, but it's spelled Brodi 3, like a backwards E, because he's kind of dumb like that. Joe Stromboli, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that, brother. That helps. Every little bit helps.
You also showed them one of the classics we have out here a little bit. You hinted that one has a story for a while.
Well, yeah. My dad's first venture that he bought that brand new off the showroom floor, and it was 3 years old. It sat on the showroom floor for 3 years. Nobody ever bought it. And it was an 87 Venture Royale, just like that one. And me being my dumbass teenage self, I wrecked the thing my sophomore year in high school. I felt bad about that. So I dug around, and I eBayed my ass off, and I found Dad enough. And that's where I made monumental fuck up number 2, because literally the night before they were supposed to drive up to go pick this thing up. This is when we were living in Oklahoma, by the way. Petty Officer Squid Boy was, like 6 months old, maybe something like that. He wasn't even a year old at the time. But this is when my folks figured out that I skipped a hell of a lot of school, and my state abbreviations from geography and American history, apparently they weren't quite up to snuff, because whenever I told Dad, hey, found this bike, let's jump in on it, he's like, okay, where's that? So I think IA, Indiana. That was where I made mistake number 1. IA is Iowa. And I didn't realize how badly I had screwed up until literally the night before Dad drove up to pick this damn thing up. So yeah, a little bit of a discrepancy there from a map standpoint, but you remember that. You were sitting right there.
I let you dig your own grave.
Thanks, babe. Love you too. Oh man. Yeah, the ventures the ventures do have a lot of styling cues that are similar to the gold wings of the era, but for me, I mean, I'm 6'2" dude, okay? Now, honestly, to me, the riding position is not what I would call touring. I mean, it's more standard, leaning towards uh, sport standard, if you will, because the foot pegs are a little bit further back than what you would think a touring bike would have. And if you sit on a GL 1200, you'll notice right off the rip the foot pegs on the Venture, they're a couple 3 inches further back than what the Goldwing is. That's both a blessing and a curse. But also, just me being me, and this is a personal gripe of mine, every Goldwing I've ever ridden, I always end up bashing my shins into the crash bars around the rocker boxes on the thing. But what I love about the Venture is, number one, V4 power plant. I mean, you can plug it into 5th gear and just lug the thing around all day long, and it'll pull you. It'll pull you wherever you want to go. You can just be lazy and roll on the throttle. Or you can bang on a couple of downshifts, let it eat, let the tack get up in the upper part of it and everything, and it just sings to you, dude. And it still pulls like a damn freight train, but it doesn't bother it a damn bit living up in those kind of RPMs either. So you've literally got a available power band from 1500 RPM up to about 7000 RPM. I mean, it's a mile wide. Yeah, rude boy. Dad did not let me forget about that for a long time. Long time. But anyway, getting back to the venture. So I got this thing from my dad. He went and got it. Brody, babe, he's following you. Sorry, I'm having a dog sit and wife sit at the same time. But hey, Randy, what's up, man? Extreme? No, man, you're good. You're on time whenever you get here. But so anyway, Dad goes and picks this thing up, and had to had to kick a couple of squirrels out of it. Had to put some tires on it because it got traded in at a dealership in Storm Lake, Iowa. And we bought it pretty cheap. Had to put a battery in it. Nothing big, just little stuff. It wasn't bad enough that we had to go into the carbs on it. I was able to get it squared away and running right, without pulling the carbs. But Dad rode the thing for several years, and then when him and Mom got to a point in their life where they were getting ready to retire, they bought 20 acres up north of Mulberry, Arkansas. That's right out in the middle of nowhere, right next door to nothing. Matter of fact, the southern half of their property line, there's their property line. There's 10-foot easement. There's Ozark Mountain National Forest. So it's 8.5 miles worth of dirt to drive before you get to any pavement. And as my dad aged, he had back problems, and it just got to the point where he just couldn't handle hustling that big mother down the side of the mountain and everything. So, I've drugged that bike from Arkansas to Tennessee and now down to Florida, and by God, one way or the other, it's going back on the road because that's where my dad would have wanted it, and that's where I want it to be at, because that bike doesn't need to sit and rot any more than what it has. That's my fault there. That bike sat stagnant for far too long, and I'm damn sure going to do something about it. Oh man, see who else we got popped up here. Eric Mayer from Indiana. How you doing, sir? Welcome in. Oh, babe, don't be lying. Don't tell them there's sparks and stuff. I mean, if we
I sees it.
you synced it,
I seen it.
she synced it. Well, okay. If you see like a real blinding flash and you see me running, or just that way, yeah, I'm going. I'm doing my husbandly duties. I'm going to go get a broom with a wooden handle, and I'm going to go beat the shit out of her with it. Number one, because that's what you're supposed to do to keep from getting electrocuted. Because safety first, kids. Wood's not a conductor. Number two, it gives me a damn good excuse.
No. Safety third.
Yeah, safety third.
Oh.
Oh no, wait, safe. Wait a minute. That's not part of the safety brief. That's something else. Anyway, Mom's probably in the living room watching. Sorry, Mom. Brother, I don't need anybody to let me know if my hair starts standing up. I can feel it. We have a very close relationship. And man, right now, this humidity is doing a number on my hair. That's probably the most, you know, diva-ish housewives of whatever in the hell hills you want to call it statement you'll ever hear me make.
Wait, what the fuck? I didn't know we were required to have manners in here tonight.
Yeah, manners are optional, y'all. Y'all can leave that shit at the front door, okay? No, Flash, not you, okay? Sorry, I wasn't thinking about that. Now, well, wait a minute. Blinding Flash would, I mean,
My shirt's on. We're good. Keep yours on too.
okay. All right, we'll let you off the hook on this. Oh, let's see here.
Eric Draven wants to know about the RC.
Where? Because I'm not seeing
The
that.
RC on the wall.
Oh, that's my B truggy. That one's mostly stock. That's not my modified How many hurricanes have we been through? Well, let's see here.
Our very first one.
Our 1 week house anniversary from when we bought this place, we spent nailing up plywood, getting ready for Irma. I mean, we were still living out of cardboard boxes, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll see here. Irma, Ian, this one, Debbie, little Debbie.
Storm.
Yeah, a couple of pissant wannabes. Yeah, a couple of tryhards. I mean, like 5-ish, give or take. I mean, it's not that big of a deal to us because me and the wife unit grew up on the start finish line of Tornado Alley in Northwest Arkansas. So this is basically like 6 months out of the year where we're from. It's just, you get like a week's worth of heads up down here. Up there, it's like, oh, hey, we got lucky this time because we had a whole 5 minutes of warning.
At least with tornadoes, they're there, they do their thing, and they're gone. With hurricanes, it's like, oh my God, are you done yet?
Yeah, hurricanes are kind of like that needy, clingy girlfriend that just can't take the hint that it's over and done with.
Oh,
and
you mean that one?
Well, yeah, kind of like her.
Okay.
Yeah, like that one.
Wait, which one?
That one. You know the one I'm talking. She got some dirt on me, y'all, and we ain't gonna unpack that tonight. All right, not unless I make her mad, and then all bets are off. Switching, I tried to do the whole RC plane thing when I was a kid, and I had this really bad relationship with gravity. I was very attracted to the ground, and whenever you fly one for about 12 seconds and then you wad it up into a ball, that kind of gets depressing pretty damn fast. William Yerby from Ada, Oklahoma. How you doing, man? Former neighbor-ish. Close, I guess. Making emergency life raft out of beer cans and duct tape. Oh, yeah, that's entirely possible. 55-gallon drums and some ratchet straps also get the job done too. We may have done that a few times, and it may have involved a few sheets of plywood because don't judge, y'all. The fish were biting. All right, we had to do something. We did some dumb shit when we were in school and right after. I mean, dumb.
I still, to this day, no matter how dumb it was, and no matter how many stories that are stupid in context that we came away, I still love that one birthday party where we ended up having to chainsaw our way through the trees to the campsite and set everything up in the woods.
Yeah, we had to make our own road into this campsite for it was a birthday party for a friend of ours. And let's just say that, well,
no,
let's not just say I'm gonna bow to her expertise on this one.
No, go ahead.
Well, the next morning when we all went stumbling into the truck stop that we used to always hang out at, because that was, the thing back then. There was this.
They had good biscuits and
there was this truck stop that was there in Van Buren for the longest time. It was called 76 Truck Stop, right there off the Arkansas-Oklahoma state line on Interstate 40. When you were a numbnuts teenager in that part of the country at that time frame, that's what you did for a good time on Saturday night. Go up there and you'd feed an ungodly amount of quarters into Area 51 and then make laps back and forth from the diner to the game room, and every now and then wander out to your car and get you a little sip off the whiskey bottle you had tucked in the back seat, and then go back in and do it all over again. But when we stumbled in there the next morning, we were not pretty, we were not presentable, and apparently all of us forgot about a concept of time, because we walked in there right in the middle of the damn lunch crowd we walked in there right in the middle of the church crowd is what we did, and we had a lot of people giving us really funny looks.
Please describe our clothing at that time.
Well, you mean lack thereof.
It was piecemeal together with what we could find.
Yeah, a lot of people's clothes came up missing, and they never got found. And I walked in with duct tape wrapped around my leg because I just butchered the shit out of my damn knee whenever I fell in the middle of the night. Oh, I tripped and I fell into my buddy's truck, and I put a dent in the hood of his truck with my head. And whenever I hit his truck with my head, it popped it out of gear and it rolled down the slope a little bit into the front of my truck and busted the grill out of my truck. So, yeah. Oh man, if you're building an old Clyde, I'll tell you, dude, those have been around forever. But yeah, we there's a lot of parts of that evening and the next day that are just a blur. I mean, a damn big, real fuzzy blur. Yeah, yeah. Mil spec, I agree with you. It was good times, and looking back on it, we can laugh about it because how many times can you sit there and honestly tell somebody that you watched two grown ass men so drunk that they tried to feed cows hamburger meat one night just to see if they would be carnivorous? I mean, these were not the two brightest people that we ever ran around with, but they were friends of ours from school, so they were there by proxy. Yeah, the poor decisions tour is right, my man. Hey, babe, can you pull up what the radar on your phone and kind of see where we're at with this thing?
Cyclonic hell.
Well, I mean, it, it basically right now it looks like Mother Nature's butthole from what I'm imagining.
It's the epic toilet swirl.
Well, I mean, it's like Mother Nature's balloon night.
Tornado watch is in effect until 6 a.m. tomorrow. It's a watch, so I'm not worried.
Hater watch.
I'll
Okay, that's familiar.
I will worry if it's a warning.
Be like Fred Baker. Best get you in a Frady hole.
Gusts for us are up to 82 miles an hour.
Oh, okay. 82-mile-an-hour gust. Woohoo. Let me go fly a kite.
Get your Mary Poppins on doing that. But the eye is northwest of us. One of them said that earlier. It is northwest of us, and it is heading into the Panhandle.
Okay, so
However, these are the strong bands coming through now.
okay, so if y'all pick that up, the meat and taters of this is past us now. We're just kind of getting the stuff on the backside of it, so it's all downhill from now. Yay! Wow.
Keith Huntsman is asking, "Who's the lady talking?" He called me a lady.
Oh, brother, you are so sorely misinformed. That is my beloved wife, unit of 27 years and counting, and um, yeah, she's actually quite flabbergasted that you referred to her as a lady.
God.
Yeah, you just scored some points with her, okay? But no, Texas tyranny response, man. Yeah, I agree with you with what you were saying about the venture. I love the way the thing handles. Hands down. I mean, I I rode that bike for a couple of years before we moved from Arkansas to Tennessee, and because my dad just wasn't at a point where he was able to at the time, and we didn't want to let it sit and rot. But you know that thing, I've turned inside of guys on 1,500 gold wings on that thing with no care whatsoever. I mean, that bike, that bike in particular is on its third set of foot pegs, and it's fixing to get its second center stand because the arm that you step on the left hand side of the bike to pop it up, it's damn thin on the bottom. There ain't a whole lot left there. Where in Florida am I? I'm in I'm in South Pinellas County. I'm about 5 minutes from Tropicana Field, if you know where that's at. We're in St. Petersburg here.
Wait, did Josh go running the dirt store in the water?
I don't know. He may be out and about. He may hold off until in the morning. I don't know. Jason, brother man, we're going to have a discussion about this. Now, please don't take this as me being ungrateful, okay? Because I most certainly am not being that. But her head ain't going to fit through the doorway if you keep this up, Bubba. I mean, I love you for it, but I got to live with it. She's over here, like, what? What do I
Am
say?
not. Am not.
She's full of shit. She totally was. But seriously, thank you, sir. I appreciate the hell out of you. What? There we go. My mouse is doing weird mouse things. TC, is it right over your house right now? Let's see. Sorry, guys, I'm having to catch up just a little bit. Road boy, yeah, I absolutely agree with you, man. Jason is the dude. I mean, he is the dude. Jason
We
is.
love every single one of y'all.
We do, man. I mean, y'all mean the world to me. And this is not just me blowing smoke up your ass or trying to kiss it. You know, I mean, I'm still kind of befuddled at how many of you guys got on board with us, you know, whenever we jumped into the deep end of the pool here. And Jason has been with us ever since we started up Patreon. He's been hanging out with us since you know, I was still shooting videos with Josh over on his channel before I took the plunge and went out on my own. Thank you. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. That means a lot. Hillbilly, it kind of depends on what you need, dude. Give me an idea of what you're hunting for. Hey, Jerry, if you want to get a little bit more pop out of your Roll Star, go find a set of carbs and the intake manifolds from a 87 to 93 Gen 2 venture and put them on there, because on the Roll Star ventures, they neutered that bike pretty badly. They went way small on the carburetors and on the intake manifolds. They got to breathe, man. I mean, if you throw the bigger carbs on there without changing anything else, you'll notice a pretty big kick in the ass just from that alone. Lala, there are some people that would argue that point with you, but I know when to take a compliment when I need to. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, they like you. I tolerate you.
You tolerate me because I've got papers on you. Okay.
I'm still trying to avoid that contract somehow. I don't know. We've never made it yet.
Yeah, well.
He puts out there, we've been together for 27 years. Jokingly, we decided after 10 years, it's no longer an anniversary, it's an annual toleration day.
Yeah, she's not wrong there. Like, it wasn't this past year, but like the year before. Yeah, yeah. Because I surprised her and I took her to Key West with no warning.
Me.
I did not kidnap you.
You kidnapped me.
I gave you enough information for you to determine you were not being kidnapped. Okay. I told her to pack light, bring her flip flops, 3 days worth of clothes, and be ready to ride it up to and including 1,000 miles.
I was abducted.
Total round trip was 947. So I stayed well within these parameters.
I was abducted, and there were no cool aliens or lights or strobes or anything.
No, may not have been any strobing, but there was damn sure some probing. Okay. I mean, we were left unsupervised in Key West for 3 days. What the hell y'all think we were going to do? Okay. But seriously though, I believe, I can't remember the name of the bar that we were at, but I know at one point when we were down there for our anniversary, I raised a toast to her and I was like, "Baby, I love you with every bone in my body, and here's to 25 years of putting up with your bullshit." And she didn't get mad. She laughed. What bike do I ride the most? Well, that would be the shop truck, also known as the Bastard Glide. It's a '06 Yamaha Roadstar, and it's well, if you've heard that Johnny Cash song "One Piece at a Time," you got a pretty good idea. that bike's got just spitballing it because the speedometer's been checked out for about 8 months now. That bike's probably got about 115, 120,000 miles on the clock now. When I got it 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, it had 45,000. So, Josh Flinner, you got you a good bike, and you're going to have a hell of a lot of fun with that thing, man. No plug, no bullshit or anything. If you need a heads up or you need some help on that thing, feel free to reach out to me at any time because I've been working on those things for a long time. Mine's an '87. The first one that my dad owned was an '87. I've done a lot with the second gen venture platform.
But he just got it running Wednesday, and happy birthday.
I'm sorry, my wife is focused on all the niceties and everything. Let's be polite and stuff. Now, hey,
It's just
congrats, you got you a cool ride, man.
It's just so I can be rude with you later.
Yeah, that's why she's got something to hold over my head and she can shit talk me about later on. She's right there. And yes, it's annual toleration day, okay? Occasionally some years it's been, hey, thanks for not fucking stabbing me in my sleep day. Or, thank you for not, drowning me, but with a toaster hug in the bathtub. Or something along those lines. Yeah. Toaster hugs are not good hugs.
No, but they are shockingly amusing.
Ah, I see what you did there. 10,000 comedians out of work, and here her goofy ass is trying to be funny. I don't know if the FBI watches my channel, and to be honest with you, I really don't care because I'm not one of those tinfoil hat types who are running around and go, I wonder what Big Brother's doing today. They know, okay? You got enough electronic devices in your house. You got your phone, you got your TV, you got your fridge. God knows what else you're plugged into. They know everything about you, dude. That's just the way it is.
So T-Stain said that he finally found the Patreon and jumped on board.
Oh, congrats. Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
He says he appreciates what you're doing both for the culture and imparting your knowledge to the rest of us.
Well, yeah, I try because the thing and kind of what goaded me into doing that is I've seen so many people up here on YouTube where they're just totally talking out their ass, or what they're showing is not realistic at all.
That's talent.
What? Well, there's other tube sites, not YouTube, but other tube sites where, yeah, that's a talent, and you pay for that talent. But anyway, I'm getting off topic here. Stop laughing. Stop laughing. You know it's true. But the thing is, I just kind of got tired of seeing everybody either gloss over something that they really should have spent a little bit more time explaining to getting into detail because they were telling people just enough to get them into trouble, or they were pumping out so much bad info that it was going to lead people astray and get them so far up shit creek without a paddle and both hands tied behind their back that they were going to get discouraged and throw their hands up in the air and say piss on it and walk away. And I hate seeing people in that predicament. If I've got something locked up inside my head that I can throw out there that may help somebody or may be useful to someone, I'm damn sure going to share it. Because the thing is, at the end of the day, if I kick off tomorrow, what's it going to do for me if I keep it all locked up inside my pointy little head?
I don't
Not
know.
a damn
Let me
thing.
check my life insurance policy on you.
You hush. Flash, you don't want to put a microphone in front of me anywhere, especially at Forgotten Angels. Okay, that's a family gig. I love David to death, and I don't. Well, I want to be welcome out there for many years to come. Oh man, just got your Thunderbird fixed, and then all of a sudden you get a hurricane. Yeah, well, shit happens, brother. I hate to say it, but welcome to adulthood. Oh, let's see here. Lila, yeah, I do fix stuff, and that's another reason why I got into this. Is I see this in the day job constantly. Excuse me, y'all. Minor sidebar for a little bit of a personal rant. I'm gonna drag out my soapbox here. I see this constantly at the day job at the ride factory because we constantly have a never-ending stream of people that come in and say, "Oh, dealer so and so up the road, Harley shop up the road. What's his name over there? They say they can't work on my bike because it's too old." And then, predictably, we ask them, "Well, what kind of bike do you have?" "Well, it's a 2011, blah 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 blah." And that's when we kind of giggle a little bit and be like, "Hey, wait a minute, hang on. First off, you ain't got an old bike. Second off, it's not that they don't want to work on it, they can't work on it. And the reason why is unfortunately a lot of guys that have the knowledge to work on things like carburetors, for example, at the ride factory, we're the only shop in probably a 75-mile radius that does anything whatsoever with multiple cylinder carb bikes, predominantly metric bikes, like KZs, Honda CB750s, blah 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 blah. If it's a 2, 3, 4, 6-cylinder bike and it's got 2, 3, 4, 6 carbs on it, however many, we'll work on the damn thing. I don't care. If it's 2-stroke, I don't care. It's just most shops around here and largely in general, most shops anymore, they don't have people on staff that has the knowledge or has the proficiency level to be able to do this kind of work, or they're more focused on the quick and dirty, turn it around real fast and make maximum profit type of services that they provide. And it's like, hey, let's change this guy's oil and slap on a couple of tires, pat him on the back and say, pay up, sucker. And I just don't roll that way, man. I can't do that. Mil spec, absolutely, brother. No bike is too old. I've got stuff. I've got mid-50s panheads sitting in the ride factory right now, and we've had stuff from the 30s in there before. What?
I was going to sass you just then.
I just got a look, and I'm trying to interpret what the look meant.
I was going to sass you, and then I put on the duct tape. It's okay. We're filtered.
No, we're not. Filtered's ass.
Is that what causes them to talk?
Well, I mean, if you're judging a chili cook-off, the next day, I guess you could call that an afterthought.
Just right. Okay. That right there, Tommy, technician or mechanic?
Yeah, I just now read that as soon as she said something, and you nailed it right there, dude. And I've got a little bit different view of that. If somebody tells me that they're a technician, in my brain, I'm automatically thinking, okay, so you're a chrome specialist. That's what you are. You're a part swapper. You're an installer. You ain't no mechanic. Sick. That look is hard to describe. It varies wildly on the spectrum of anything from curiosity to embarrassment to amazement, befuddlement, and mischief, and then murderous homicidal tendencies all rolled up into a big old hairy ball. I mean, it's a crapshoot, really. Any advice for an Evo chopper build? Yeah, buy it, build it, make it yours. Make it something that you're happy with. Don't worry about making anybody else happy, because the thing is, it ain't their damn bike. It's yours. Do what you want. Yeah, Harley wants about $700 for a service. Yeah, that sounds about right. It's sad, but you've had a local to you shop claim they could not change your tire because they don't have tools for metric bikes.
Aw, sweet summer children. That's adorable.
Shit, right? That actually, you know what? That gives me an idea. Sorry, slight sidebar here, guys, but I'm about as random as a cockroach in the middle of a room full of rocket chairs.
You know what would be hilarious is that if you put on a Santa suit and the only thing that you had in your bag was going to be metric wrenches that you dropped off randomly with a bow on them at different Harley shops.
No, because the thing is, a lot of people don't know this, but when Harley went full potato and committed to the Honda Davidson platform, that's the new M8 for all of you guys that aren't aware, they went full metric across the board on those bikes. All of your fasteners, they're all metric pitch. All of your fastener heads, they're all metric size now. Previously, prior to that, the V-Rod was kind of the bastard child where it had all the metric shit and everything else was still imperial. Not anymore, guys. The game has changed. But Radical, I agree with you, dude. And the thing is, I got to say, I'm at the time I bitched about it because, I learned how to do this stuff out of necessity because I ain't gonna lie, I grew up poor, and mom and dad busted their ass to put food on the table and keep a roof over my head, and we couldn't afford to take something somewhere and say, here, fix this for us. Me and dad had to make do with what we had. But from that, I believe that kind of helped me get a better understanding of what value per dollar means to myself and also to other people. And I appreciate the fact that somebody puts their trust into me because, yes, I do enjoy what I do. Yes, I do what I do as a means of employment, but I choose to do that because it's something that I enjoy and something that I am eager about and I look forward to every single day. Now, granted, there may be days when I walk out of the shop and go, well, today was a ball buster, but that's life. But I've never once have I ever walked into a motorcycle shop that I was working at and thought, man, I don't want to fucking be here today because I have too damn much fun with it.
Rain was what?
What?
Rain's out.
Well, Rainey, if you had to bounce out, brother, I love you, and I'll see you Saturday night, not tomorrow night. Yeah, she's a day off, but anyway, yeah, man, looking forward to it, dude. Sorry, y'all, I'm having to catch up on my reading here.
No Trek had some shootout lips on an aluminum rim the other day.
Yeah,
One of the few times he got to use a bastard ball at work.
yeah, that's actually a precision tool, depending on your circumstance and your situation. Let's see here. Yeah, hammer and bent nail straight through your grandpa. Yep, done that too, dude. But all right, night, Rainey. Be good, man. Sorry, y'all. I'm a slow reader. My bad. Well, everything's precision tool with enough skill up to a point. Some people get by on pure blind ass luck. McNeil's, good day to you, mate. Yeah, Joey, I totally agree with you. Okay, I'm the worst person in the world about texting, typing, stuff like that. And this is where I absolutely hate her with a passion, even though I love her. Yeah, because she's one of these nerds where she can have nerd. I said it, nerd. She can be set, and she types an average of 110, 112 words a minute consistently.
117.
Whatever. Go stroke your ego elsewhere.
You got any lube?
This is the shit I got to put up with. But the thing is, she'll be carrying on a conversation with you while maintaining eye contact with you, not looking at her keyboard, and y'all will be having a conversation about something completely unrelated, and she'll never skip a beat. I can't do that shit. She does that whole swipe thing on her phone when she's texting. I mean, it looks like somebody drawing a Rorschach pattern. I can't do that shit. Buck, I'm 100% on board with you there. Mine has both as well. It just depends on how far I'm trying to send a message. Lala, I absolutely agree with you. A lot of my special tools I've got, they're homebrew, home built. And the reason I do that is number one, I'm a cheap ass. Number two, usually when I find myself needing something like that, I need it right then and there, not a week from now whenever the UPS guy shows up with it. Uh, Brian, that's a good question. Do I cover parts suppliers for affordable parts on my Patreon? No, but that's a damn good idea, Bubba. And I appreciate you bringing that up because that's something that I'll damn sure make happen there, okay? Thanks. I'd not ever considered that.
Well, I promise I'm not a cyborg.
Well, no. No, she's not a droid. Hey, David, congrats, man. If you picked up a 99 for two bills, brother, if it rolls, you come out good, okay? Oh,
Dave was inspired and just bought a 99 1100 Shadow.
that's what I just said.
$200?
That's what I just said.
For $200?
Again, that's what I just said.
I'm still stuck on the $200. Good game, man.
She's stuck 30 seconds behind me. Let's do the time warp again. Wait a minute, I wore the wrong damn shirt. I should have wore the Groundhog Day shirt because she's repeating.
No, I just caught up to that one.
Yeah. Now, as far as the GL 1100, man, if you're into it cheap enough and the bike's in good enough shape, I say, yeah, rock with it. Go for it, man. On the flip side, the 1100 is kind of the bastard child of the Goldwing. And there's some oddball and obscure parts out there. If you need them, they can be hard to find and they could be a little spendy. So it's all about that whole cost versus worth versus how much bullshit am I willing to pull up ratio. Yeah. Let's see here.
Do you see the slide hammer that pulling vectors?
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Actually, I've done that before. I never did a whole lot of diesel work, but I've had to use a slide hammer for pulling fuel injectors out. I've had to use it for pulling block pins out on some Toyota stuff. Yeah, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Every now and then, if the situation dictates it, you break out the angry red wrench because we all know it can't be tight if it's a liquid. And yeah, Motor Radical, you got a good point. I mean, 1200, and we're talking Gold Wings again here. 1200 or newer, anything from the GL 1200 era or newer, it's probably going to be a better option for you. The 1100s, like I said, they only had what a 2-year or maybe 3-year production run, so that kind of narrows down what's out there for them. Venture versus Goldwing for pulling a trailer. Neither. I'm sorry. I'm not in the whole trailer thing.
Do it. Go full Florida man.
If I need to pull a trailer, I get a truck. If I can't fit it on the bike, it don't go. If it doesn't fit on the bike, how can we make it fit on the bike? How can we cut the handle off the toothbrush to make space? That's the way I approach things. Actually, that gives me a good idea. What we're going to do for a temple video for Thursday night, I'm going to give you guys a walkthrough of my tool roll and what I keep on the bike with me and why I keep it. Because honestly, with what I keep on the bike in one saddlebag, and it only takes up probably a third of that one saddlebag on the Bastard Glide. I've got tire repair stuff. I've got an air compressor. I've got, all my common hand tools. I've got enough emergency shit to bail my ass out of just about any jam foreseeable, up to and including pulling the damn motor out of the thing on the side of the road if I got that desperate. That's what I keep on me. Yeah, I'm going to give you guys a little walkthrough on that and, point out a couple things that you might consider keeping because there have been a few items in there that I never honestly thought that I'd ever use. And holy shit, was I off the mark on that because it's not so much that I have to use them on my stuff because luckily, knock on wood here, it's real, real rare that I ever have an incident where I can't go ahead and go to work or deal with it right there, Johnny on the spot, like plugging a nail in a tire in a gas station parking lot somewhere. But man, the amount of people that I come across all the time, broke down on the side of the road or what have you, with the stuff that I keep on my bike, it's saved a lot of people a ride on the record. And, eventually one of these days it's going to come full circle and it's going to get my ass back to the house too.
You mean that one in rush hour where you pulled over to help that one dude on a construction shoulder? Okay, not even 4 foot wide in Malfunction Junction. Well done.
Well, I did that because I seen him in a badass spot.
I get that, but you were big balling that night.
No, that was the night I was trying to get that guy out of the middle of the road. And then whenever I saw that he had his wife and his kid in the Jeep with him, I was really trying to get his ass out of the road because he was broke down in a bad damn place.
Electric Bat Gaming is talking about the baking soda for the electrolysis. Did you tell them that y'all got that dumped and rinsed?
Oh well, no. Well, yeah, we put out the short video on it, but yeah, that's done. The liner coat will probably be cured out fully here within the next day to where we can put gas in the thing. But you know, I usually do like a full cup and a gallon of hot water, and then I'll pour that in first, and then just use straight water after that because a cup of baking soda is more than enough to get you done for your average 3 to 5 gallon gas tank. If you're doing something really, really big, like off the Kawasaki Concourse or something that holds like 7.5 gallons, you might want to do a cup and a half of baking soda just because of how it dilutes down. But you know, a cup usually gets you good, man. Mr. Seymour, I appreciate that. And honestly, the worst of this shit's past us now, and it's kind of dying down. So I think we dodged a bullet on this thing, but there's a lot of people up in the crook. They're going to have a rough night, and I hope everybody keeps their heads down and they're able to get back on with their lives in a somewhat normal fashion here very quickly.
Yeah, John, it's called 40.
What?
John said they have malfunction junction here in Memphis. I'm like, yeah, it's called 40.
Yeah.
But Mega Gun Wolf?
Yeah, about asking me about a roll infield. I've had an infield or two, come into the shop. Not very recently, but I've worked on a few of them, and they're a very simple, very crude bike. And the thing is, they're easy to work on. It's getting parts for them. That's the sticky spot. It's like right now I've got a Ural up at the shop. It's basically a Russian copy of a 1939 BMW, and stupid easy to work on. Very simple, very crude machine, but getting parts for the damn thing—that's the trick. Uh, Belt tension spec for an LS 650. You don't need a special tool, okay? Take your finger, push it in the tabletop. Like hold your finger straight, push it in the tabletop. Whenever it starts to get uncomfortable, stop there. You want to put that same amount of pressure on the belt in the middle of its belt run. That'll get you pretty damn close. Easy wind, I agree with you. I've made friends. I've felt a little bit better about myself at the end of the interaction, from stopping to help somebody, even though I wasn't looking to get anything out of it. Felt a hell of a lot better about it because a lot of times people, for whatever reason, they may have a lot going on in their life, and taking 5 minutes out of your day to stop and help somebody, that can make the world to whoever it is that was in a jam.
Kindness is free.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kindness costs 0 pennies. And David and Cindy out at Forgotten Angels, they give of that kindness every single day.
Absolutely, they do. Um, Earlier on, my man Shelby, he told me that they had a tree come down out there on the property at Forgotten Angels, and I hate to say it, y'all, but the pub is no more. Uh, if they need any help tomorrow morning, I know what I'm going to be doing before I head into the shop because have chainsaw will travel. Look, if you're out, brother, thank you for stopping in.
Tonight.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, Yankee said that he was going to get up in the morning and dress like a Sasquatch through the woods, and I need proof of Sasquatch.
Okay. All right. All right, Yankee Nighters, Bubba.
But Ellie said those parts are straight from India.
Oh, hey, Ellie. I'm sorry. I didn't see when you popped in. How you doing, hon? Yeah, you can get parts straight from India. The only thing that sucks is, the 3 to 5 week boat ride waiting on them to get floated over this way. And hey, Shelby's ears must have been burning because he just showed back up. I hope your pizza ain't too damn soggy, Bubba. Welcome to the temple, Motor Radical. Thank you, brother. We appreciate it. Flash, I totally agree with you on that because even though my stuff looks like clapped out shit, because it mostly is, I know about my clapped out shit. And some people, they're not in tune enough and they don't realize they got a problem until they got a problem. Oh, Shelby must have got pineapple and ham, better known as Hawaiian pizza. Sorry, I had to look around for my idiot weather dog. Nubby, it's not a dumb idea, but the thing is, after listening to that thing going down the highway for about an hour or so, you're going to be reaching for a set of earplugs or something to beat yourself into the head with repeatedly until you lose consciousness.
It's okay. We have AED. We'll travel.
Right? Jason, again, thank you, sir, and I appreciate it, and I appreciate you hanging in and hanging out with us, man. I try to share as much as I can with everybody, and I get the knucklehead thing, brother. I do. Take it easy, man. We'll see you next trip. Oh, Ellie, you coming down here to Florida to visit?
Oh,
Holler at me.
have a good flight. Oh my God. Welcome in. Bring a boat.
Have a good flight. Welcome in.
Bring a boat.
That was my impression of turbulence.
That looked like something where you needed low background music and a mustache from the 70s.
That looked like something that involved some kind of a stimulant and some restraints, but we're not going to go there. Oh man, pineapple belongs on pizza. I will fight you over that. Okay, it's awesome stuff. Besides, it has side benefits as well, or so I'm told, because I'm a good Christian boy. Sorry, I got to lift the door up here a little bit because it is getting stuffy here in the garage.
Wow.
Oh wow, yeah, the tree's still there.
Yeah, but the other branch worked its way out of the power pole, so
Well, that's good. Pineapple and bacon, that ain't bad.
so Nubby asked about aftermarket exhaust systems, and are there any decent ones?
Babe, yeah, I did.
I don't know. You just sound all mumbled and garbled, and
You're deaf.
I am.
Check your battery and your hearing aid.
Don't have one.
Well, you got insurance, so maybe you can call and schedule a test.
No. Would you sugar daddy my hearing?
Well, I can sugarcoat something in your hearing, but anyway.
It's not sugar.
Now, as far as aftermarket exhaust for GL 1200, I don't know off the top of my head if they've got anything, but it'd be worth looking at Delkevic. That's Delkevic. Their website's delkevic.com. They make nice shit, man. I mean, really, they do. And it's all stainless. It's all robotically TIG welded. I mean, it's clean stuff. I mean, it's really nice. They don't have a dealer network per se. Now, I wish they did because I would sell the shit out of their product because they've got a lot of stuff for like your old 80s era Japanese bikes and stuff that you don't find anywhere else. Yale dough instead of Yoda. Well, I can't disagree with you on that. Pineapple stamp the like button.
They're hefty.
That, wow. People are going to get the wrong impression about us, babe.
Were we supposed to give them the right one?
Oh.
I'll work on that tomorrow.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. It looks like it's dying down outside. Very anticlimactic storm. Yeah, Flash, yeah, you're getting a dose of what we deal with on the daily down here, dude.
Speaking of scuba gear,
What about all the junk that he bought?
that too. But yeah, Petty Officer Squid Boy just got certified.
Yeah, he got certified. He is now certified prolonged drowning. Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, next Thursday night we're gonna do the get my ass back to the house toolkit video for next Thursday night.
Will it include super glue?
No, I don't keep super glue in my tool roll. I got zip ties. I got duct tape. I got electrical tape. I got shrink tube. I've got solder, but I don't have super glue. Why? Because super glue don't fix shit on a motorcycle. That's why.
No, but it'll. Never mind. I'll just filter that one.
Uh, sorry, I'm trying to understand what you're saying about your infield that you've got. Still dead SU. Oh, I'm kind of lost there. Termy, we used a cream coat. I mean, stuff's been around like forever now. It's just I buy just the liner. I don't buy their kit with the acid or the tank prep because honestly, the tank prep, all it is straight methyl ethyl ketone. Stuff is deadly on paint. Same for the acid. And also the acid, if you're doing a larger tank, that stuff's so watered down, most of the time you had to buy an extra bottle of it, and it just wasn't cost effective. I mean, a battery charger and a little bit of baking soda, and you're in like Flint. That's all you need. Brian B, go to ground, brother. I mean, I hope you come out on the other side in one piece, dude.
Or as Fred Baker always said.
Yeah, get yourself to a Frady hole. Yeah, I can get on board with that. You can use super glue on a mirror that keeps floating around on you. And yeah, the super glue with baking soda trick, I've used that for patching up plastic bodywork when it's got cracks in it. I'm talking about a bush fix on the side of the road. Honestly, I can't say that I
Those for a bush fix?
Well, on the side of the road, you know.
Common, right?
If you would let me talk, but something to get you back to the house. Now, like super glue and baking soda, I've fixed a lot of plastic bodywork with that shit, and it's held up for years. You know, it works damn good. The super glue reacts with the sodium bicarbonate in the baking soda, and it pretty much acts like a filler at that point if you goop it together enough. Just don't get it stuck to your forehead. Ask me how I know, or don't. Yeah, actually, yeah, just don't. Uh, but something on the side of the road. For one, the way stuff gets banged around in my saddlebags, and the like earlier tonight, the Bastard Glide got its yearly washing, because it stays outside. Uh, I don't know if I'd want to have a tube of super glue banging around inside there. I don't know about that. Yeah. Well, I'm not a fan of the 27, but I'm a bigger guy, and my XDM goes with me pretty much wherever I go, and it's a me thing. It just fits me better. But yeah, we'll. Oh, okay. Meant to say dead simple. Yeah, no, I never fat finger the send button, do I, babe?
Never.
Never. Not at all. Never. I agree. It was designed. It was developed as a field expedient way of administering battlefield first aid. And the only downside is whenever you're opening a new tube and it's got a little pressure in it and it splurts in your face And just out of habit, you put your hand up like that, to block your eyes, and you super glue your hand to your forehead, kind of like this. Not that I have ever done that. I would never do anything that dumb. But whenever you accidentally super glue your hand to your forehead like this, it's like you're trying to do your own episode of, MST3K. And then whenever you pull it away and there's hair stuck all over it and a little bit of skin, that shit stinks, or at least so I'm told. Nubby, like I said, go over to delkevic.com and look around. I don't know if they do have anything for the 1200, but I don't know that they don't either. So it'd be worth giving them a look there. What? I'm getting the
Tommy, as I said, that's got to be an offline conversation. But just to give you an idea, Joe here once publicly posted on social media that I, as his beloved wife unit, have the grace of a roadkill tree sloth and the coordination of a jar of dish soap.
I did, because she does, and she has. I said what I said. TTRT, Texas Tyranny Response Team. Hey, brother, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks for stopping in, man. Y'all have a good one. We'll catch you next trip, dude. Tim the Tool Man stories. Maybe. Yeah, stay away from corkscrews. No shit, right?
But they open the wine.
That's why I got you that safety device where you just put it on top of the bottle and you push the button and it does the rest for you. There's less chance for you to get tangled up in that thing.
True.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Buck. Exactly that. Give a shout out to my lady Alex, please. Well, Alex, don't know who you are, don't know squat all about you, but most dangerous way possible thinks that you're an awesome individual because he has claimed you as his girlfriend. So that says something there. Good on you.
You've been claimed?
You've been claimed.
Oh my goodness. Do you have a receipt?
Yeah, a bad trip, maybe. Chasing ghosts. If you sent her to the store for a carton of milk, she'd wind up on the carton. Um, all right, I'm going to totally put our daughter on blast here. Completely and totally.
Good gremlin.
Good kid. Very brilliant. When it comes to common sense, dumber than a box of shit.
Sure,
but good kid. Was it her senior year or the ass end of her junior year?
Of what?
When I sent her to Walmart that time.
End of the junior year.
Okay, yeah, it was end of her junior year. It was right after she started driving. And anyways, so we send, her and her brother go to Walmart, and we're like, hey, pick up blah 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 for us and everything. And about 10 minutes after they leave, because we lived right around the corner from the Walmart there in Clarksville, I text her, and all I said was, hey, by the way, while you're there, pick me up at Henway. Didn't think nothing about it. 45 minutes later, I get a video call from my daughter, and she's not been driving very long. So I'm like, oh shit, what's up? And I grab my phone thinking something's fucked up or she got in a wreck. She's like, I've been walking around this store for the last 30 minutes looking for a Henway. I've asked two different people, and one of them laughed. What aisle do I find the Henway on? And I couldn't. I hung up on my daughter. And then me and the wife unit, after we spent about 10 minutes rolling around on the floor, peeing on ourselves laughing, that's when she figured out I was full of shit. And when she got home, she was big mad. I mean, big mad.
She can't be big mad.
Well, she's 5 foot and nothing. But the thing is, she was trying to be big mad. I mean,
Chihuahua mad.
Yeah, exactly. She was Chihuahua mad over that shit. She was not amused. I thought it was brilliantly funny.
But no, both of our kids ended up growing up in a house full of pranks.
Oh, God, yeah.
She thought it was after you did the Henway to her that she thought that she got us back.
Where's the idiot? Pause 1 second, guys. I got to find my mentally challenged basset hound. Yeah, one kid wandered across the street because he's special. Yeah, she went from fun size to feisty size. Well, she went from fun size to I am so pissed off at you right now because you made me look like an asshole size. That's what she went to. No, she knows about the whole blinker fluid thing because, her and her brother grew up in a motorcycle shop. So I couldn't pull that bullshit over on her. But the Henway thing, honestly, I did not have any clue that she would fall for that. How wrong I was. That these are these things in the formative years of life that, number one, really put an impression on a young mind, and number two, provide hours of endless entertainment for the asshole parent that, put this information into the young mind. Oh, all right, Radical. Nighters, brother. Have a good one. Be safe, man. I appreciate you coming around and hanging out with us. What? Babe, you need to read Tommy Litchfield's comment. Catch up there. I'm sure she's going to have some input on that. Yeah, wow, man. You actually had somebody fall for the blinker fluid thing? Holy shit. I thought that was just an urban legend, man. Oh, I just now read your follow up to that. Well, could you send me your forks to the ride factory and longer fork tubes? Okay, so wait a minute. I Dirty, I need you to clarify a little bit for me here. How much are you trying to extend these? And what do you got with 33 millimeter fork tubes on there? Because that's kind of an odd duck size. Super glad I totally agree with you on that. It that's wrong on an ethical level. I mean, yeah, if you hire somebody to do a job for you, yeah, pay them fair for the job. But if you're hiring somebody, it's because either you don't have the expertise that they do, or you don't have the ambition to do the job yourself. Either way, the person that you hire in, if they're trying to get over on you, yeah, man, that's bullshit. Okay, old Suzuki GS. Okay, like how much longer are you talking about here? Because the reason I ask, I don't know if Forkin by Frank is still around. I haven't looked at those guys in a couple of years, but used to Forkin by Frank would make you anything you wanted or needed. Also, racetech.com, they offer reproduction and alternative length fork tubes for a lot of models on their website. You might take a look at one of those two. Now, if you're just wanting to do like a bolt-in type of extension, some of the Harley crowd use these, and I've used them before where I'm not needing a whole lot. Typically, the most that they see for them is going to be like a 3-inch extension that replaces your original fork cap. Um, on something like your bike, as small around as the fork tube is, I wouldn't want to go past 3 inches because you're putting a whole lot of leverage on that connection where that extension screws into the top of the fork tube and replaces the existing fork cap. Hey Baxter, how you doing? Appreciate you finding us and coming in to hang out for a while, man. Dude, honestly, if you're wanting to add 6 inches of stretch to that thing, especially as prevalent, here's the thing: 33 millimeter forks, it's damn small to begin with. And as prevalent as other swappable front ends are out there, like say late model Sportster Narrow Glide, pretty much anything 41 millimeter Harley related, or a lot of other metric stuff, like say 750 Vulcan, for example. There's multitudes of others out there. You might look at doing a front end swap as opposed to trying to stretch out the fork tube 6 inches. Because think about it, as small around as those fork tubes are, if you add 6 inches to them, dude, they're going to whip and bend and flex like a damn half-wet spaghetti noodle. Water pump timing. I haven't heard that in a hot minute, man. That's good. Thanks for bringing that little blast from the past back. Oh, John, uh, 800 intruder. What do you mean by full rebuild? Because I've got a bunch of stuff lined up as it is. But I tell you what, man, let's pick up that conversation over on Patreon. Don't have to, it doesn't cost you anything to join. You can join as a free member, but jump over on Patreon, shoot me a message over on Patreon, and that way we can kind of pick this up over there and go a little bit deeper with it, okay? Yeah, Crew's got it right there. If you want 6 inches over modern HD front end to fit on your application, he's right, man, because there's so many options available out there. It ain't even funny. Hey, Shelby, at the rate you're going, uh, paper, pen, list might be a good idea there, boss. Oh, Baxter, you're in Huntsville? Dude, I need to come up there more often, man. I love going up there to the NASA facility up there. I'm sorry, the name escapes me right now, and I feel stupid for it. But well, it's because I am. But we've been there several times over the years, and it's always a hell of a good time. I'm nerdy like that, okay? I mean, going out to Cape Canaveral, out to Kennedy Space Center, that's kind of like my Disney World. I'm like, ooh, you know, oh, hey, uh, asking about the LCD screen on your 1500 intruder. Here's the thing. Let me guess. Your LCD is blacked out. You can't read it, and it's blistered out from the sun. Am I right? If that's the case, you can open up the speedometer because it's not actually the LCD screen that does that. It's the polarizing film on top of it. That polarizing film draws up, it curls, and it goes black like that. You can buy a sheet of that polarizing film off Amazon that's, like letter size, like 8.5 by 11. It's like $2, something like that. You can replace that polarizing film every couple of years for the next century and have stuff left over. I mean, if you can get the speedometer apart, easy fix. Stupid easy fix. I've done a bunch of Hondas like that. Actually, whenever I dive into the speedometer on the Bastard Glide to see if I can actually make it work again, or if I've got to do a transplant, if I can make mine come alive again, if it hasn't just totally smoked out, I got to do it on mine. So when I get to that point, I'll definitely make sure I put it on video, and that way you guys can see how it's done. Uh, man, the Boulevard 1500, they're a solid motor. It just the early ones that were carbureted, The way Suzuki put them together, they didn't do their homework very well on the carburetors, and the carb bodies have a tendency to wear because of how much vacuum those motors make, and it wears the emulsion tubes out in the carburetors, and they run pig rich, and eventually they'll get like 20 mile a gallon, and they'll foul plugs all the time. And there's nothing that you can do about it, because the emulsion tubes in the carbs are not replaceable, at least according to Suzuki. Now, Factory Pro used to offer a service where you could send the carb bodies in and they would remachine the main bodies for a replaceable emulsion tube that was based on a Kawasaki KZ1000 emulsion tube. That way, when they wore out again, you could replace them very easily. But I don't know if they offer that service anymore because it's been a lot of years since I've had to send some of those out. But if you get one that's EFI, yeah, you're good. No problems, no worries there. But if you're looking at one that's carbureted, that's something you might want to keep in mind before you plunk down some cash. Yeah, Mr. Staten.
Name names.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, babe, we're old, so he's probably dead by now.
So, Jason Ghost, I'm going to let Joe tell you the story about our shop teacher in junior high.
You mean the one that kept a bottle of wild turkey in the bottom drawer of his desk?
That one, yeah.
Yeah, he had an old army cot that was in the back in the tool room, and he'd turn everybody loose in wood shop. We're talking junior high nuts kids here, okay? He'd turn everybody loose in wood shop, and he'd go get tied, and he'd lay down on that cot in the back and sleep it off. Buddy of mine, his kid brother, decided he was going to be cute one day because there was a steel door that went back there to that room. And while he was in there passed out, he welded the door shut on him, locked his ass in there. Flash, you are 100% on target with that. I think any more of the engineers have made it their mission to make the technician's life as miserable as possible whenever it comes to working on some of this new shit.
Baxter says he found us through Josh.
Oh, that's cool, man. Sorry I didn't see you because stuff rolls up and down on my screen and I'm like, what? Yeah. But I appreciate you coming along to hang out with us, man. I mean, we don't get me wrong, we do our fair share of weirdness and dumbassery here. But the thing is, we try to present information that actually helps people to a certain extent, because there's some avenues in life I ain't gonna try to fix. Okay, if you got a bad relationship with your mom or something like that, hey, can't help you there. If you got a problem with your bike, I'm your guy. Harry Graham, yeah, 90-pound boxer named Spencer. First off, I want to see a 90-pound boxer because that's a lot of dog.
Milspec is right.
I absolutely agree with you, Milspec. I mean, fun little factoid here in a couple of weeks. I'm gonna be 48. Yay! Big damn deal. What?
Sorry, wrong one.
I took a hard left turn. But yeah, I mean, I still act like a numbnuts teenager, and a lot of my ideas are based on that mindset. So, yeah. Hey, John, no worries, man. That's what we're here for, dude. I mean, that's the idea behind this is to be able to help people out as much as possible. There's a lot of times where life, responsibilities, all that kind of bullshit, it gets in the way. And
Why?
I said life.
Okay, thank you.
But her too. Shit gets in the way, and if I fall on the floor and start twitching, y'all know why. You're the witnesses. But
no, my taser is completely tucked away.
The thing is, there's a lot of times where throughout the day or throughout the week or whatever, people try to get a hold of me. And, if they do it like on Discord or YouTube, I may not see that stuff, for a good bit. That's a big part of why we did the Patreon, because I get instant notifications on that stuff whenever somebody's got a question or something like that. And plus I can cheat. I can use my talk to text on that, and I can just be like blah 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 like that, and there you go. You got the information that you need. And if I can help somebody out with it, hey, I damn sure will. Hey, Bull, if you're out of here, brother, have a good evening, man. I appreciate you stopping by. Making you feel old. Hey, man. Sorry, Matthew. I'm reading up on your comment here, and I'm thinking, um, if you got a 22 model and you got 16 thou on that thing at this point, you're not letting it sit and catch dust. You're probably riding some distance, and you're not, jumping on it and hauling ass a mile and a half up the road and then shutting off. So honestly, I would say you could comfortably stretch that out to about the 25,000 mile range. I don't have a whole lot of personal one-on-one experience with the KLR, but I service a lot of them, and I've seen some of those things go through just ungodly amounts of torture, man. The book says 16,000, if I'm not mistaken. Realistically, you can stretch that out there to about the 25,000 mile mark and not have anything to worry about. What do I think of Harley's ESP? ESP, Extended Service Plan. What that is a fancy politically correct way of saying that we are going to try to euchre as much money out of you for as long of a term as possible. Um, Honestly, if you're comfortable from a DIY standpoint doing your own services and shit, don't do it. I really don't. Like extended warranty and what have you. If you read through all the fine print and all the bullshit, there is actually a lot that is not covered, and there is a whole lot that is excluded by your extended warranty plans for the most part, especially if it's an aftermarket provider and not an OEM. Uh, One company that I'm not going to name here that we dealt with at a previous place of employment, if you sit down and read through the policy start to finish, and if you looked at the wording and how it was laid out, basically the extended warranty covered nothing. It didn't cover any fluids. It didn't cover anything that they deemed as a wear part or a wearable part. And that's the key phrase right there, is the term wearable part, because technically everything is a wearable part. And there would be so few instances where they would actually say, yes, we're going to cover this, that we were honestly shocked whenever we would hear something like that. Well, you're almost 62 coming up. Well, hey, man, it's not about how old you are, it's how old you feel, and it's how old you're willing to act, okay? And trust me, I got shit that clicks and pops whenever I climb out of bed in the mornings that I really wish didn't click and pop anymore. But, hey, just suck it up and move on, I guess. But I don't feel old. Let's put it that way.
You're welcome.
I don't want to know what you're trying to scheme up with Shelby there.
Anything and everything I can. Shelby is my mischief partner.
Not sure I appreciate that, man. I kind of threw in with Josh because I got tired of seeing, so many people, getting blindsided and bullshitted on YouTube by the so-called professionals. I'm one of these people, and you can ask Shelby, you can ask Buck, you know, ask the wife unit here, even though she's got a biased opinion. If something's bullshit, I'm going to tell you, hey, that's bullshit. And I'm not going to go out of my way to sugarcoat it. Hey, Gun Wolf, have a good evening, man. I appreciate you stopping by to hang out with us. Feel free to pop back in anytime, man. But
So the question is for Brother Buck over there and for Shelby.
Huh.
Are you going to be talking shop at the camp out?
Well, it depends on your definition of shop. If shop involves, hey, on your way back, would you mind bringing me a beer? Then yeah, we're going to talk a lot of shop because chances are at least one of us is going to be to the point where we're probably not going to be that mobile. But we'll deal with that when we get there.
We'll have to keep the wheelbarrow on standby, I guess.
They got golf carts. We're good. Remember?
They're going to have power wheels too.
Oh yeah, that's a new thing for the camp out this year. Sadly, I did not know about it in time to be able to put a contestant out there in the field. But if we do the Power Wheels racing at the spring camp out or at next October's camp out, oh yeah, fucking A Tweety, you can bet your ass that this little chubby bastard right here is going to be running around in probably a pink Barbie Jeep Power Wheels, whatever, racing his ass off. Because that's one of those things you just can't not do. Chasing Ghost, I totally agree with you. And this is a conversation that me and the wife unit have had several times. We look at people that we went to high school with that are because there's a 5 year gap between me and her. But still, we look at people that we went to school with. We look at people that we hung around with, and it's like, wow, holy shit, you got old. I mean, you got like super old, like that one guy from that movie, The Mummy. It's weird, man.
It's okay. All he had to do was suck out a few souls and then he was hot again.
Dichromatic, yes, actually, they do fit true to, well, they fit true to my size, which is double XL fat guy. And I actually buy these as 3X because, I'm kind of heavy on the fat guy side of things. But I like them being kind of baggy. I like them being a little loose. But man, they breathe damn good and they're comfortable as hell, especially down here in Florida where, you wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and you're already sweating your ass off.
Wait, Lala, are you going to be in the Power Wheels?
Y'all, I don't need any input on the Power Wheels thing, okay? I am more than capable of doing more than enough stupid shit to get myself very well injured on my own. All right? Don't encourage me because two things will happen. Number one, something's going to catch on fire bad. And number two, I'm probably going to end up hurting myself like real fucking bad.
Okay, but you've already had an injury on a Power Wheels unit in the past.
It wasn't a Power Wheels.
It wasn't a Power Wheels, but it was pink camo.
It was a kitty quad.
It was pink camo.
Okay. I got to come clean. What she's talking about, I broke my ass on a girl's pink camo kitty quad. I broke my tailbone. I wheelied this thing and went over backwards and smacked my ass on the concrete floor. And I thought I fucked up something in my hip because I've had my hip rebuilt, a long time ago. So about a week later, I finally went to ER over it, and they shot an X-ray. They're like, "Well, you cracked your tailbone." I'm like, so I broke my ass, and they're like, "Basically, yeah." Well, what do I do about it? Sit gentle. Okay, gee, thanks, doc. I suppose you want me to pay you for that little info bit of medical know-how. What the hell you think I've been doing this whole last week?
They are comfy shirts as long as the link is spelled right, Nebby.
Maybe I don't know. I haven't had a problem with the sizing on them, and I totally agree with buying them just a little bit bigger for reasons. Um, well, they're flicker, but yeah, like I said, I haven't had a problem with them. The sizings. I mean, of course, all the ones that I've bought them off the website. I haven't gone through Amazon on them, but all the sizing on mine have been pretty much bang on.
But again, they're comfortable and easily accessible as long as you don't typo the link, sir.
Yeah. A couple of weeks ago, I may have misspelled hard daddy slightly. And for those of y'all that Google searched that and came up with something totally different than your expectations, I'm sorry. But, but I'd love to see the look on your face. But yeah, that was my bad. The Benford 5000 Barbie Jeep. Yeah, yeah. And now I've not looked at the rules, although I know there are very loose rules for this. Does it have to be an electric motor? That's my question. Because if it doesn't, I got ideas. Yeah, Shelby, I totally agree with you. But one of these days, mine's going to die on that Segway because the guy that invented the damn thing, that's how he died. He got checked out on a Segway. Make you a moo moo. Oh my God.
Caleb asked if you're coming out to the swap meet in Webster next month.
Honestly, I hadn't really thought about it, dude. I I didn't realize that this month was this month. I still thought this month was last month, and I thought that last month was this month, but last month was actually 2 months ago. So you can kind of see how shit goes together in my head. Cheeseburger, welcome in, brother.
Now I'm hungry, damn it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, let's be real here, folks. Arctic Cat got their ass sued, and they had to pay up to some dude in Arizona because they didn't put a sticker on the fender of the four wheeler they make that says use a minimum of SPF 20 sunblock when operating this product. But there's some people out there that's going to exploit shit like that just because they can. Good, Caleb. Glad to hear it, man. Uh, yeah, I'll get out to Josh's place and pick those things up, and I'll meet up with you somewhere somehow. If I do make it out to Webster here at the first of the month, I'll give you a shout and let you know. Um, so that would be. Hang on, y'all. I got to check my calendar. Like I'm some kind of a important nerd here. So that'd be the weekend of the 5th and 6th of October. Am I right in that, Caleb? Uh, Here, let me check real quick. Nope. Crap. Hang on, y'all. I got to look and see when Webster swap meet is. Oh, damn it. I don't want Facebook.
Hey, you two, does anyone have the dates for the next Webster swap meet? 5th and 6th, yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. So, yeah. Yeah, man. You want to go to Webster?
What days? The week?
It's Saturday and Sunday.
Yes.
It's the 5th and 6th.
Yes, I can do that.
All right. I mean,
allegedly.
Yeah, we'll holler at Josh and Shelby and see if a couple other people want to come along. We'll ride out there like we did last time. Cool.
Sounds good.
All right.
I got a new lid to work in.
Yeah. Caleb, I will give you a holler over there on Messenger and let you know when and where and all that stuff. But yeah, man, that's a plan. GZ250, trash, rebuild, or junk it. Depends on your definition of trashed. Honestly, if it's beat up too awful bad, you're going to be throwing good money after bad because they ain't that popular of a bike, and you got to look a little bit harder than some to find parts for them. Wait a minute, I got to catch up on my messages here, guys. I didn't realize I'd bumped my mouse.
Oh, sweet guy.
All right, Serenity Kitty, if you're already gone, I'm sorry I missed you, but appreciate you stopping in to hang out. We'll catch you next trip, hon. Well, Caleb, I'll tell you right now, if we do this whole Webster thing, it's going to have to be on Sunday, Bubba. Saturdays are a non-starter for me, and actually, that Saturday I'm not going to be working, but me and the wife unit have plans.
We do?
We do.
We do?
We do, because that's my birthday.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, that's okay because Amazon can have my outfit here in 2 days.
You know, I've heard about that, about GZ's dropping valve seats, but I've never seen one do it, man. But then again, you don't see that many of them out there in the wild either, at least not around here. Oh, bullshit, we can't ride because of the hurricane. Hell yeah, we can ride with a hurricane. Just got to watch out for trees and shit and the occasional cow that falls out of the sky.
You want to tell Julie about my new helmet?
1 second. Milspec, if you got to cut and run, appreciate it, brother. Have fun. I thank you for coming around. You know, looking forward to doing it again sometime, man. Julie, as far as her helmet, it's AFX. It's a FX 111 modular helmet. Google AFX FX. That's Foxtrot X-ray 111, and kind of look around on them. Just to give you guys a heads up, if you want to, if you want to try out a modular helmet and you're not real sure how you're going to like it, right now, Parts Unlimited has these things on clearance. The prices on them are marked down stupid low. They were retailing for $179, and the retail on them is like, I think it's $99 right now at Parts Unlimited vendors. Now, hey, I've rode AFX for a long time. They're real solid, you know, lower to middle of the road price point helmet. You get a lot of bang for your buck out of them. If you're thinking about trying out a modular, go check them out.
So not sure 770 earlier asked, sorry if I missed this, but you read it. What do you read as a primary?
Oh, the daily drive, that's the Roadstar. It's a multifaceted, much butchered Yamaha Roadstar that's got just as much Honda and Harley parts on it nowadays as it does Yamaha stuff. I didn't necessarily drop a dime on myself, Buck. It's just, you know, it is what. By the way, fuck it. Here's my social security card. You know, why don't you go ahead and put that on blast too?
It's hey, if you want the number, send me your Zelle.
Yeah, if you want the numbers and the credit report that goes with it, be my guest. That's a good tip on the tether on the chin mount. I hadn't thought about that. I use a side saddle mount on my GoPro right now, and I've not had any problem with it. But my GoPro mount stuck onto a matte finish helmet. It's not a gloss finish, so I don't know if that might, be part of the equation there or not. Yeah, Shelby pretty much nailed it there. It's got Harley Tour Pack, it's got Harley bags on it, it's got Harley Highway Bar, Harley bars, Harley risers, Harley wheels. Yeah, I forgot about that. What else? Well, I had it running on a Harley ignition for a little bit. That didn't work out too good, but
Can't imagine, right?
well, that was one of those things. I kind of did what I did to where I could get me by until I could, get a replacement for the ignition that went on it. So. Oh yeah, that flat slide that's on there right now, that's supposed to go on a Harley, but we stuck it on a Yamaha.
That's not usually what you're doing when you make that sound.
I know.
Just saying.
Tommy, you ain't wrong there, dude. I mean, my biggest fear in life is whenever I croak, all the shit you see back here on the back bench that we don't talk about all that much, she's going to sell all that stuff for what I told her I paid for it.
Estate auction.
Yeah. Y'all keep an eye on Facebook Marketplace here, hopefully in the next 35 to 45 years, because I'll probably be in a diaper at that point and well past the point of caring. But you might be able to score some good deals.
No, 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 honey. I poisoned something in the fridge earlier today. Good luck.
Whatever. My hurricane snacks, I grabbed me a Aldi's chocolate bar. I'm reading about the adventures of your GoPro there. Well, Valerian, what kind of bike are you looking at putting these things on? Because the bags I'm talking about, they're a reproduction of the 14 and up style Harley hard bags and the 14 and up style Tour Pack. I got a few areas where I'll gripe about them a little bit, but considering what I paid for these things, because I think I paid $230 for the bags with the mounts, and I think I paid not quite $300 for the Tour Pack, and that came with the backrest and the luggage rack. I had to buy the light for it separate though, but I mean, for what you pay for that stuff, I can overlook some of the little piddly dink bitches and moans. Budget, take it easy, man. Hope you have a good one. If you're in the way of this thing, hope you stay dry and come out clean on the other side, man. Well, if you're looking at bags for a 900 Vulcan, I've seen some aftermarket bags out there for those bikes, and none of them have really impressed me. Now, those bags that I'm running, they're meant to be a conversion bag that goes on a Harley Softail, and I just so happened I got lucky that the bolt spacing on the fender struts from a Roadstar to a Softail are identical. They literally bolted right up. I had to make a small tab for the bottom support rail to bolt to, and that was it. Uh, excuse me. Amazon has these things all over. They're all over eBay, all over Amazon. Uh, just search uh, Softail hard bag kit or Softail hard bag bracket, and you should be able to find where they've got the dimensions listed as far as the bolt hole spacing and then the height from the bolt hole to the bottom of the bracket. Now, keep in mind, if you're measuring out for height to clear your pipes, take your measurement from the bolt hole to the bottom of the bracket and add an inch and a half to that to allow for where the bag overhangs that bracket where it sits down on it down on the bottom. But you ought to be able to kind of work your way into it with the math from there and figure out if it's something that'll work for you or something you can modify to work for you. Extreme gaming, I don't get that far from the coffee pot, okay? I mean, it's very close to me at all times. Another Dave, I agree with you from a cost standpoint if you can get them cheap enough. But the thing is, you can buy brand new repot bags in the box. And if you're looking for gloss black or matte black, hey, so much the better because they come pre finished in that. You can literally buy just the bags with the latches, the hinges, the hardware, and everything with the mounts for 225, $230, man. They're a hell of a deal. I've had them on there for 2.5 years now, give or take, on the saddlebags, and I got no complaint. I lost one saddlebag handle going down the road, and honestly, that was my fault because going into this, I took all my hinges apart and all that shit, and I put blue Loctite on all the hardware because I'd heard all the horror stories. Haven't had a problem out of any of that, but I never thought about the screw that holds the lever for the lid latch. I never thought about that, and I'll be damned if that ain't the one I lost. Cheeseburger. I got duct tape. I got ammo cans galore. The ammo cans are busy right now. Okay, we'll stick with saddlebags.
Helena is making landfall.
Oh, are they catching it up there in the crook?
Buck said Helena's making landfall. Baxter and Ghost are heading out. They got an early morning.
All right, guys. Y'all's got to cut and run. Be safe. Be good or be good at it. I will see you guys here very soon. The next time we do one of these. Just try to stay dry. That's all I can tell you. And I hope you guys come out of this on the backside of it clean and whole.
Stay dry. Stay safe. For those of you that found your way over here with Josh tonight, we appreciate you greatly. Thanks for hanging around so much.
Yeah, because she says it way prettier than I can.
No, it's because the relationship with Joe and Josh started well before Ranwin parked.
Yeah. But Josh is good people. I consider him a very good personal friend of mine. And the thing is, he's one of the few people where I can pick up the phone in the middle of the night. If it's something where I'm in a jam, I know he's going to answer. But Nubby, if you got to check out, I understand, and I ain't too terribly far from you. We're past the worst of what we were going to get out of this, so I guess it's real world and work tomorrow. Yay! Anyway.
But between now and next month,
What?
Pack your tent, pack your gear.
Oh, yeah. Well, next month is literally this weekend, more or less. So, like what she was saying, be a good idea to check your load out, pack up your tent, pack up your gear, pack up your inflatable pillow, and if you need one, an inflatable donut to sit on, and get ready to come down here and hang out with all the rest of the weirdos here in Florida. Forgotten Angels Weirdos Camp Out. 2024 here, October, the third weekend of October. I missed out on the Power Wheels race, damn it, but I'm damn sure going to do it at the next one.
Cheeseburger, I need a name. When is the camp out?
I just said it's the third weekend in October, right before Halloween.
It starts October 24th.
Yeah, she's got all the dates because she's got Rolodex brain.
It's because I've got
right
vacation.
About here.
No, it's because I've got vacation.
Well, that too. When exactly is the camp out? Like she just said, 24th, 25th, 20.
Buck got dates out there.
Okay. Thank you for saving my ass on that, Buck, because I got a memory about as long as my pecker, and we've seen how that works out.
No comment.
But you live way the hell up north. Okay. Motorcycles got wheels, airplanes have got wings. So yeah, if you got time and you got a little scratch where you can afford road gas and munchies, bring your ass down here. It'll be a hell of a good time. Oh man.
But why do we do the Forgotten Angels camp out?
Sorry, wife's having to play seeing eye dog for me here, and I'm trying to catch up with my reading on y'all's comments. The thing is, the reason that everybody gets together for the gathering at the Forgotten Angels twice a year, every year for the Weirdos Camp Out, all the money that's raised for this, all the money that's raised by these events, this is what helps fund Forgotten Angels throughout the year, to bring in young men and women that have aged out of the foster care system, and it helps them get started on taking that first step into a productive life. It's aimed to help prevent these young men and women from becoming another statistic that falls through the cracks because they've been left homeless by the foster care system when they turn 18 and they are a legal adult. It's a sad reality, but unfortunately, that is the reality of it for a lot of these guys. And Dave and Cindy bust their ass to try to do everything they can to try to reach out and help every person that approaches them, looking for help and looking for a starting off point to where they can start out on a life of their own. And, it takes money. Money makes the world go round. I hate to sound cynical about it, but unfortunately, that is what it is. And, this is a big fundraiser that we do twice a year, every year to help Forgotten Angels with their operational budget to where they can build more space to bring in more people. They've got the house that they have just bought, to where they can start taking in young women and young single mothers that have young children with them.
Shout out to that.
Yes, absolutely, because it's something that they've wanted to do for a long time, but just from a logistical and a practical standpoint, they weren't able to do up until now. But that's the plan. That's the mission. And, we all get together just to, blow off some steam, have some fun, come together and try to raise a little fundage just to help them keep moving forward. MK Ultra, hey man, have a good evening. I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with us, dude. As far as info, yeah, I try to help people whenever and however I can. But the thing is, you got to have a little bit of fun with it, man. Every now and then you gotta let the impulsive, intrusive thoughts take over and just kind of roll with it, dude. But anyways, I think we're kind of on the ass end of the storm. Things are dying down. My dog's not freaking out anymore.
Best wishes for all of our friends up in the Panhandle right now.
Everybody up in the crotch. Wait, sorry, crook, not crotch.
No, that's 30 minutes from now. Thank you.
Yeah. Anyway, everybody up north where this thing is hitting square dead center. I love y'all, and I'm gonna be praying for you. And I hope y'all come out of this clean on the backside once the sun comes up tomorrow. And if anybody in the area needs any help or anything like that, feel free to reach out. I'll do whatever I can. We'll move forward from it. I've had to chainsaw my way out of my front door in the past, so I know what it's like. It ain't no fun, and it's a hell of a thing to have to pick up the pieces from something like that where you have absolutely no control. But it's like my grandpa used to always tell me: your maker put your eyes on the front of your head for a reason. That way you can see what's down the road ahead of you instead of what's off to the sides or what's behind you. So you just got to keep pushing forward, y'all. But anyways, we're going to close this thing down, and because we got like work and shit to do tomorrow. And I look forward to seeing each and every single one of your bright and shining, smiling faces on Monday night's chat whenever we have the new Rambling Park that comes out. And also, I want to say thank you for whoever it was, because I'm sorry, I'm horrible with names. Usually I got mine on my shirt. But whoever gave you the idea for doing the Get My Ass Back to the House Toolkit video, we're doing that for Thursday night. You guys are going to see that shit, okay? So till then, I love y'all. Be safe. Be good at it. And I think we are donezo here.
Good night, y'all.
Night. Nighters. Bye. Wave to the camera, babe. Disembodied hand. See, she's waving at y'all. Night, kids.